So you have heard people make their living from YouTube videos, or getting rich through YouTube? How much of that is accurate, and how many views do you need to make a full-time living? It is a bit difficult to specify what is a full-time income, as it depends on the place you are living and many other factors. Instead, I will give answers to the questions like how many views do you need to make $1,000 or $5,000 from YouTube. This is my channel analytics data, and I will answer your question from real data. There is no generic answer to this question, so I would request you be a bit patient and understand the process. My channel got monetization on December 13, 2021. I will select the date range from the start of monetization to the current date. You will see my earnings are not the same over time, and it is important to understand the difference. Then you will be able to set realistic expectations, and you will know how much effort you have to put in. From the day I got monetized, exactly 6 months have passed and I have earned $863.93. This amount is after YouTube or Google has taken its cut and before any tax. Based on your location of residence, a tax will be applied to this amount. I got this amount from around 112k views, but you will earn a different amount for this exact number of views. I will explain that a bit later why is so. Let's check my daily revenue. In recent times my daily earnings are hovering around $4, which was more in the earlier days. Earnings fluctuate day by day, and my experience shows this fluctuation is not much except for a couple of times. Another important thing to note is my upload frequency. My last uploaded video before this was on the 16th of April. Almost a 1-month gap here, but before that, I had some uploads. Those uploads created a viewer base for my channel, and I am still getting close to those number of views even though I have not uploaded for a month. This is important for a steady income. If I can increase my income and can keep things steady, my income will rise. To do that I have to upload some more videos and grow my audience. That's how I am getting around 600 views per day now compared to 100 to 200 views per day. Let's check the revenue tab to understand the connection between views and income. This data has a nice thing called RPM. RPM means how much you are earning per 1,000 views on your channel. RPM takes into account all the monetized and not monetized views. Not all the views you get on your video show ads. Only those views which show ads are called monetized views. In short, RPM gives you a clear idea of how many views you need to earn a certain amount of money. This RPM change over time and is different for each channel. Let's calculate how many views I need to earn $1,000 with this RPM. Elementary math shows I need around 130k views to earn $1,000. If my RPM was higher, like 10, I would have needed fewer views. The opposite is also true. If my RPM was lower, like 3, I would need much more views. So how can you control RPM or get higher RPM? Well, you cannot control RPM directly, but you can control some other things which control RPM. I will get back to this point shortly. Let's just see my monthly earnings. Though I was monetized in the midway of December, I have earned more in that month than the full month of April, because RPM was higher on that month. Also, you can see that one video is dominating the earning percentage, which is the most viewed video. Most of my earnings are from ads and only $9 from YouTube Premium. Let's check briefly my views pattern in the last 6 months. It was at its peak during the start of monetization, and then it decreased. Here is a period when I got around 1,000 views per day. After that, it decreased and was hovering around 600 views a day. In general, more views means more earnings, but with the same number of views, earnings vary due to RPM. To understand why RPM varies, we have to check audience data. Returning views and new views do not control RPM. RPM is controlled by the viewer's location. My channel gets most of the views from the US. If I got more views from India and fewer views from the United States, my RPM would be lower. Advertisers spend more money to show ads to US visitors than to Indian visitors. Countries like the US, Australia, Norway, etc. has high costs for ads. So if you get more visitors from those countries where advertisers spend more, you will earn more. To get more views from those types of countries, you have to make videos on topics that interest people of those countries. It takes a bit of experience to do that, and it can be a topic for another video. Audience age can also be another factor for RPM. Sometimes advertisers spend more money on certain age groups who are more likely to buy their products. Though it is not sustainable to make videos targeting the age group, if it happens your audience age group matches the advertiser's target group, you will earn more. From the RPM of your channel, you will get an idea of how many exact views you need to earn a certain amount of money. I have shared some numbers on the screen, like how many views you need to earn $1,000 if your RPM is 3 or 5. I hope you get a clear idea of the efforts you need to put to achieve this. I am working on my channel for the last 1.5 years, besides my regular full-time job. I would say I worked on average 10 to 15 hours per week during this time period for my YouTube channel. The amount of effort depends on what you currently know about making videos and what things you need to learn. I hope this information is useful for you, and see you next.